Raider Nation, forget everything you thought you knew, because this whole situation flipped upside down in less than a week. Maxx Crosby, the heart and soul of this defense, might be on his way out of Vegas, and the most plugged-in reporter in the building is confirming it without holding back. Meanwhile, ESPN came out and sent a direct message to the front office. Sign Stefon Diggs now. No excuses, no let's wait till next season. And to top it all off, Tom Brady is doing something behind the scenes with Mendoza that completely changes the expectations for this rookie. 3 bombshells, 1 massive question. Does this front office actually know what they're doing, or are they throwing this season away before it even starts? Buckle up and smash that like button, because what I'm about to tell you changes everything for the Raiders. Let's get straight to it. No filler. The Maxx Crosby trade rumors did not die down. If anything, they heated up over the past few weeks. And here's the detail barely anyone's talking about. Who is driving this conversation? Vinny Bonsignore, the most connected insider in the organization, is the one fanning these flames. And a reporter of that caliber doesn't keep recycling a dead rumor just for clicks. If the Raiders had shut the door on this deal, he'd be shooting it down, not fueling it. Gut reaction. This is gut-wrenching if you love defense. Crosby is the piece holding this entire group together. Trading him basically means admitting, in giant letters, that 2026 isn't about competing right now. It's about stacking assets for the future. Now let's look at the real impact on the roster and the cap space, because this is where it gets good. After the Rams landed Myles Garrett, the elite pass rusher market got red hot. If Vegas can pull 2 first-round picks back into this deal, which has already been floated in talks, that's a blank check to rebuild the entire defensive line and still have ammo left over for the 2027 draft. Realistically, the ceiling on this trade is a first and a second rounder, and even that would be enough to massively speed up Kubiak's whole rebuild. And here's something nobody's connecting the dots on. If positive news drops about Crosby's knee during this downtime, that's not a media coincidence. That's pure strategy. The Raiders are sending a message to the entire league. He's healthy, he's available, come get him. And think about the ripple effect down the line. Without Crosby, the entire 2026 defensive structure shifts priorities. And names like Tonka Hemingway and Thomas Booker IV instantly carry more weight in the battle for interior line snaps. Losing a guy of that caliber doesn't just empty one spot. It reshapes Kubiak's whole scheme. My honest take: I wouldn't send Crosby to a division rival under any circumstances. The NFC is the ideal landing spot, far away from watching him torch Mendoza twice a year. But if the offer gets fat enough, the front office is going to have to swallow their pride and pull the trigger. This kind of decision defines an entire generation of a rebuild. It either becomes valuable capital for the future or an eternal regret in franchise history. If you thought the shock stopped there, hold on to this one. ESPN came out and called signing Stefon Diggs a no-brainer for the Raiders. No middle ground, no editorial hedging. And what really stung in the breakdown was the rhetorical question the writer himself asked: why wait until Mendoza's second season to give him an elite receiver if the guy's available right now, sitting on the market, waiting for an offer? Bombshell fact: Diggs finished second among every wide receiver in the entire league in ESPN Analytics receiver score last season. Second place, people, in a metric that grades the whole league. With 85 catches, 1,013 yards, and 4 touchdowns in the regular season, plus another 14 catches and 110 yards during the Super Bowl run. This isn't some washed-up veteran begging for a roster spot. This is a guy still producing at an elite level. Gut reaction: the Raiders receiver room right now is embarrassing next to that resume. Trey Tucker, the best option on the roster currently, put up 696 yards for the entire season. Diggs nearly matches that by himself against any second-string secondary. The gap in talent is absurd, and that's exactly why ESPN hammered this recommendation so hard. Direct impact on the project. Think about Mendoza, A rookie quarterback walking into the league without a single legitimate weapon to throw to. That stunts his development, jams up Kubiak's entire offense, and hurts the most expensive, most important piece of this whole rebuild. And there's an extra layer almost nobody's caught. Diggs already played alongside Kirk Cousins in Minnesota, and Kubiak was the Vikings quarterback's coach during that exact stretch. There's real behind-the-scenes chemistry there that makes the adjustment period way easier for both the receiver and the scheme. My unfiltered take: bringing in Diggs isn't a luxury, it's an urgent need. The real question hanging over this is whether a 32-year-old Super Bowl veteran is willing to sign with a team that's clearly in a long-term rebuild, with zero guarantee of competing right away. He's running out of good options on the open market, and that might be exactly the crack in the door the Raiders need to get a deal done before another team swoops in with a better offer. Now here's what fans are completely sleeping on, and this one's serious. Tom Brady is personally shaping Fernando Mendoza in detail, in real practice reps. Straight fact. Brady, a minority owner of the Raiders, has literally had his hands on every major decision this franchise has made over the past few years. And his number one priority has always been making sure this team landed a true franchise quarterback. That quarterback is Mendoza, and the detail that ties this whole story together is that Mendoza's childhood idol was always Brady. You couldn't script a better connection than that. Gut reaction. This is pure gold for a rookie's development. This isn't just having some former player sitting in the front office. This is having the greatest quarterback of all time personally invested in his rookie's individual success. And listen to this quote from Mendoza himself, which shows exactly how high Brady's standards are. You have to be the most competitive, the biggest leader, the toughest mentally and physically, before you even earn the respect of your locker room to lead the right way. That's not some motivational poster slogan. That's the playbook of the greatest winner in NFL history, being handed down directly to the rookie, practice by practice. Real future impact. This completely changes how I view Mendoza's rookie season. Forget the typical learning curve of a rookie looking lost out there. He has direct, constant access to the mind that lifted 7 Lombardi trophies. Every blown read, every sharp decision gets processed with a level of guidance no other rookie in the league has available to them. My unfiltered opinion. People, this might be the real hidden advantage of this entire rebuild. While everyone's arguing about Crosby and about a receiver, the franchise's most valuable asset might just be this personal relationship between Brady and Mendoza. If this speeds up the kid's development, everything else, the Crosby trade, signing a receiver, becomes a side note to the real project, building the next great quarterback in this league. Quick recap for everyone who made it this far. Crosby could turn into pure capital for the rebuild. Diggs is the obvious missing piece to unlock the offense. And Brady is literally building the league's next great quarterback with his own 2 hands behind the scenes. Now here's the golden question for you, and I want to see Raider Nation split down the middle in the comments. If the Raiders could only make one of these 2 moves, trading Crosby right now for 2 first-round picks, or burning all their cap space to land Diggs in this exact window, which one do you choose and why? Drop it in the comments below.